Where was I? Alright, let's do it. Descriptive statistics. I think your school is complaining why I don't take break. Oh, this computer. Okay, all for the entry. Okay. Now, when you want to do what do you call the descriptive statistics, this time you are putting in the minimum, the maximum, and all sort of things. So we take 1, 2, 3, 4, the same thing we use to draw the graph. We want to say a little bit about. So we want to push 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever we pick. So here, okay, and then we take 1, 2, 3, 44. That's all right, whatever it is. And then check the options and see if the mean is selected. The mean is selected, standard deviation is selected, minimum and maximum. And I know most of you, when these results come out, your problem is how to explain this. So you have to listen carefully when I started talking about this one. So here, let's do it this way. So continue, and okay. So this is the results you have. And the table is not nice. Why is it not nice? There's so many gaps in here. Here, can we just use one word? Okay, so let's say make e-commerce assist in making reduction in operational and personal cost. Just say reduction in operational and personal cost. So that this will just be one line. This will be just a very short table, more beautiful. Now, each table should also have a name, like the way you have figures having names, the table should have a name. Because in your work, the beginning, you have list of all tables, and then you have list of all figures. That is why I'm saying that go to the library and ask for David's work. Don't ask, no, okay, I may ask you, is it Dr. David? Then, okay, for the first time, call me David once in your life, okay? Just go there, they'll give it to you. And then you see there's a list of tables. All the tables are there. And the tables in a very chronological order, from chapter 1, all the tables are listed. Chapter 2, all the tables, you get marks for that. Okay. How do you talk about these ones? This is the same as the graph there, but first of all, let me explain what is in here. Anybody sees this one, you say, okay, this guy interviewed 61 people. Remember, I don't want you to talk about the 61 people again. Because when you started your work, you said that the response rate was something. So why do you have to talk about 61 here? But this 61, are you sure 61? Anyway, I'm not going to that. But going to, so you see, deliberately added 1. When you are lying, you can easily see. Okay? This is not the time to talk about it. Look at it. This is the minimum, and that is the maximum. And this is one area I can catch you that your work, you did a lot of entry in your home. Okay? Because when you see this is the same thing. The same, it means that for this factor, the minimum people gave was that. The minimum is true for all the other factors. Okay, minimum means like, you know, you have strongly disagree, and that was 1, right? So it means all the factors, somebody strongly disagrees, at least one person. Okay? All the factors, somebody. Now, the moment I see differences in these ones, I know you're going to change yours, right? I see differences in these ones. This is when you see the credibility is a bit high. It means at least there will be 1 or 2 changes. That one of the factors, or this factor. When you talk of operational and reduction costs, e-commerce, yes, I think that not so many people will have to disagree with you. But you are saying that there were some people who strongly, that is, not even disagree, they strongly disagree with you. How many did you do in your room now? 61. You have 61. How many did you do in your room? 25. Ah. I can see.
How many?
I'm a statistician.
5.
No, he said 25. That's what he said. He said how many? 25. Yeah. I'm a statistician, so I can see when you're blind, right? I can see it so clear. Don't try, David, okay? I'll catch you.
So,
I know, you're going to change. You want to listen to what it should be, so you go and repair it.
no, I'm just trying to get the logic here. You're saying that nobody would...
It's okay. I mean, some of the things are so obvious.
Yeah.
Like, everybody knows e-commerce reduces cost and then operational that. But if I see 2 here, yes, I can get some people disagreeing.
Yeah.
But if you say some people strongly disagree with this one,
No.
well, you know what I mean, okay? So if you want to try and, I know, I should not behave as if I live on different planets. I know the pressures you go through and that sort of thing. When I see all data and there's something wrong with the data, I keep quiet because most of your second markets, they don't really know the statistics. So I just keep quiet on it. If I open it up, you're in trouble. Okay, but I don't open it up. So sometimes I keep quiet on it. But if you want to do it so perfect, what you need to do is, if you're changing something, I'm not teaching you how to lie, but try and as much as possible, these ones, I'm spoiling you, right? Happy because you. How many people did you interview? How many people filled your questionnaire? You are yet to complete the ones you're doing in your room, right? Winifred. Okay, now here, I don't have a problem with that. Because all the factors here, advantages, I know people, you get at least 1 or 2 people strongly agree. That is the meaning of the minimum and maximum. Because you didn't know what it means, you were just putting that. Minimum is at least somebody, okay, strongly disagree with you. So if you have a factor where this one starts from 3 and into 5, you say, hey, wait a minute, it means this is a very, very serious factor that nobody even disagreed. Nobody strongly disagreed, and nobody was even neutral. Okay, if it's 3, it means the people who did not even strongly agree, they didn't want to commit themselves, saying that they either disagree or strongly. They didn't want to say, they said neutral. Okay, so can you watch these now? Can you watch these ones, okay? If there's any odd one out, if it's, let's say, 2, there's 3, and if you check these ones, and let's say the highest is 4 or 3, then it means that it is strong evidence that people disagree with that factor. If this is reducing, then they are disagreeing. Okay, now how do you summarize the whole thing? Come to the mean. The mean is the average. All the 61 people you interviewed, supposedly, when we put their marks together, for this factor and that factor, they see it as the most important. Now, the reliability of these 2 numbers, here, okay, this one and that one, do you see that? This is 3 point, this is the same number. This one is more reliable than that one. Because, yes, because what? It's got a lower standard deviation. The lower the standard deviation, the more reliable the mean is. Okay? So it means that we could stand on it. Then you can pick this one out and then do further analysis with it. So it means this factor, which is e-commerce, helped the company to widen their geographical base and sales. You like big words, right? Geographical sales. So what do you say that you wanted to, the next thing is you want to know more about it by using the grouping variables to slash it apart. So this is where things like the regression, the t-test, and all these things come in. Okay. Now you've described it. Remember that table was there. You remember when we did it in class, I said look at the outliers. Do you remember? Now what do you mean by outliers? Let's pick 1 or 2 of them. Now if you check these ones, remember you were doing a scale of 1 to 5. So if I see a standard deviation that is more than 2, that is getting to 3, then it means that figure is not good at all. Anybody's standard deviation, those of you doing scales. But if you're using secondary data like yours, that will be a different thing altogether. But here, if I see a standard deviation in the 2s, it means that figure people take the question without reading the questions, or you also close your eyes and you're just taking, like some of you, you just close your eyes, take. Okay, so all these figures here mean something. If you want to lie, ensure that these figures, but you see these figures, they are linked to that. I can calculate it and see whether you've not changed it or you've not changed it. I don't have time to do that. You know I won't do it. Like if I want to do, I just have to put in a formula. You remember when you were in semester 1, I taught you some stuff. All I need to do is just this. It's the square root of 1 over n minus 1 into sigma that xi minus x bar all squared. Now this is the standard deviation. So I can just link that to the mean. And this is mu here. I won't waste time to do all this rubbish. I don't have time. Okay? But if I don't want to, I know if I bring in this thing, nobody will pass. Already you are down. So the school needs me at 1 o'clock. Okay? They want me to go all the time. They want me to go and defend some people. So let me just see. Oh, we still have time. I'll finish before we go.
Can we?
You take me for lunch or something?
No, can you just please?
So we have a couple of questions.
Yeah, I'll take all these requests for you. Let me finish.
Yeah,
One is
please
more
finish
time.
this and then that's it.
Okay.
Sorry.
So further investigation. Let's pick the odd one out, the outliers. Okay. Let's go further. Take things like this. This same thing, you could do a graph. This one is going to be difficult for me because of the laptop. And the graph that you pick, you need to build the graph yourself. So it's called chart builder. Okay, so chart build, and that's okay. And what I want you to do is I want you to use clustered bars, or what you call a histogram. This one, the second one. Okay, just double click on that. If you double click, you don't really need this one. Double click, and the factor which you saw that it was the most important factor, and that was, I don't know which one it was. Let me just pick any of them. Was it this one? Okay, just click and then this thing. I need to bring this one here. Can you come and do it yourself since it's your laptop?
Should I help you?
Is the laptop? Yeah.